What's up, everybody? Good morning. I have a special guest today. It's my wife. Hi, wife.
Hi, husband.
Hey, guys. How you doing? So last night, I went live impromptu, and I had to cut it short. The irony was, I started my intro video, had a 2-minute countdown. I don't even know if you knew this. And then, excuse me. Should have grabbed some water. Anyway, right as the countdown was going down, I got a text from somebody, and it was the guy that was, so basically we just moved. We've got a ton of trees in the backyard, and I delimbed a lot of them to clean them up a little bit. So we're leaning on the fence. Oh, that's right. You helped a little bit.
I did all of it.
She's keeping me honest
with
already.
A handsaw.
That's true. That's
me and
true.
your 8-year-old.
That's
we got
true.
it done.
Totally busted. But I think, I went in there and, I cut some stuff down.
I mean,
I used the
you
chainsaw.
used the chainsaw
until I
for
broke
the big
it.
pieces.
Anyway, that doesn't matter. Good job.
Thank you.
The point is, this guy was going to help us load them all out, so I have to do it in 40 truckloads. So he was supposed to come like an hour later, and I was going to do my live, and then he texted me, "Hey, I'm on my way. I'll be there in 5 minutes," right as the broadcast went live. And I was like, oh. So anyway, so that's why yesterday was a little bit frantic, and today I brought Jenna in because I wanted to kind of have more of a conversation as far as how we do our pricing, because a lot of the way that we handle our business is actually Jenna keeping us afloat and honest and doing things. So anyway, so really excited about today's live. We're going to look at some of your questions in the Facebook group, and we're also going to address some of your questions. I see some comments and reactions coming up. I wish I could see. So the app I'm using doesn't let me see who actually commented. So let's pull these up so we can actually.
Broken. Technology.
Broken.
It doesn't show up here.
When I go like this, add to broadcast. This is nice. My niece has always been able to draw well without any training. How much is natural talent and how much is education in graphic design? That's a really good question. So
there's a lot of
can we
graphic
see who
designers
asked that though? I want to give these people shout outs and stuff.
Poor artists. Here, while you look at that, I'll chat to that.
You'll chat to that.
So Derek is one of those people who is a natural
That's
artist.
Maureen Cunningham. Thanks, Maureen, for jumping in. Mitchell Lawrence, what's up? What's up? We're good. So back to Maureen's question.
Okay. So I think you can be a graphic designer without being an artist, because a lot of what you're doing is taking existing assets, manipulating them. A graphic assembler. You've said that of yourself. I
call myself a graphic assembler all the time, because most of the time it's me just moving pixels based on what people say they want.
Where the ability to actually create and draw and be creative comes in handy is when clients want unique things that go beyond just, I want a star in a circle for my icon. It just elevates your portfolio at the end of the day. It's not a barrier for entry, but if you have that natural talent, I think you can go further.
I would say personal experience. I went to college, did the darkroom photography thing, did figure drawing, did the regular drawing. I did all the classes. I was okay, and given enough time, I can do a pretty good job. But I'm not fast. Where's that book? I've got this book. It's happening. Anyway, so I like to do rough sketches just to give myself kind of a map before I jump into a computer and get lost with the technology sometimes. But now I've gone the other way, where I'm so much faster just typing it out, like the name or the word of whatever, like if it's a logo, and then using the shape tools and the shape builders in Illustrator. I'm a lot faster with that. The danger with that is when clients see that, they think that that's like your polished, like it looks so polished, it looks like, oh, well, that's done. Versus a sketch is like, well, here's an idea, and it lets you kind of brainstorm further on those things before you really commit to a direction. But I would say now most of my work is just jumping right into the computer because I got to go fast. So to answer your question, yes, natural talent is a huge plus and will put you in a higher league if you can get the tech down. But if you don't know how to use the technology and you can't export projects well, then you're still gonna struggle. So I don't know if now I'm talking circles around it, but the reason why I grabbed this book off my shelf, it's a really cool book I found. It's called Drawing Ideas. Let's take this graphic off the screen, maybe. All right, thanks, Maureen. Really cool book, Drawing Ideas. It is by Mark Baskinger and William Bardell. So what I like about it is it shows, let's see if I can find a good example. I don't know, guys. Just check it out if you're interested in drawing and upping your game, and also finding ways to do like sketches and thumbnails and, you know, even like product design. I don't know, just some like, it shows you how to sketch in a way that looks really, really good, but with minimum effort. It's such a good book. Anyway, definitely check that book out. I think your niece would really enjoy that. All right, we got some more questions. What do we got? Yes. Mitchell says, oh my gosh, actually watching a live video of you. I know, it's been a while since we've both been live on this.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, hi to both of you. Who said that? Nadia. What's up, Nadia? Cool. Yeah, you're welcome, Marina. Hopefully that helps. I would say if you definitely have a natural talent, then for sure being a graphic designer is an easy way, not an easy way. It is an awesome way to make a killer living financially, but still get to be an artist, right? Yeah, adding that technical skill set to that talent will open lots of doors. So
yeah,
cool. All right, what else? Any other questions, you guys, from the group? So I don't know if any of you probably, you know, just tuning in, not used to us going live, especially this time of day. We're going to experiment. I'm going to experiment, at least. I'd like to go live every day for a while and just comment on questions. And part of the reason for this, I started to explain yesterday, is that in the group, we have a lot of, we've just got a lot of really cool stuff happening. And now that we have, how many people do we have? We're like 11,547 members. That's insane.
Crazy.
Yeah. And so, and I know that there's been a lot of
Welcome.
people. There was somebody who had commented a couple days ago about all the spam and
Yes. So about that, we actually, I'm a part of quite a few different groups that I have been for years. And for as many members as we have for this being an open group, we actually get very little
That's true.
spam. But I know it is so irritating. And Derek, myself, and our TA, we're always trying to delete stuff when we see it, block users, you know, that really abuse the platform. But we don't always see it come through, especially, I mean, some days you guys are just prolific posters and there's so many new posts that we'll miss it. And so just, if you see something, just flag it and we'll get around to dealing with it. But yeah, I know it's annoying.
So back to, okay, this is going to be cool. I was talking about how on the Facebook group, how there's just so many cool comments and I can't get to all of them. So Kadisha is actually Nadia. Nadia's Kadisha. Hi. Hi. So, okay. So she is a member of our boot camp. There. Hi. There she is. Hi, Kadisha. And so I didn't mean boot camp. I meant the vault. So we have the vault. Ooh. It's a membership. It's a membership thing where I try to be a lot more responsive. So back to the whole having, you know, 11,000 members in our Facebook group, the vault is very, very, very small. What's cool about that is for the most part, I can get right back to people and answer their questions. And so along those lines,
to both.
Well, okay. So real quick, is it Nadia or is it Kadisha? Like, what do you prefer? I don't know if you're in there, but, okay. So where I'm going with this, so I hope she doesn't mind. I'm going to jump into, okay. So we have a Slack group. Let's see if you can see this here. And we've got different channels for like general feedback, contest entries. We've got a meet and greet, some random stuff. So this is exclusive to this kind of pigtails. I really wasn't going to bring this up today. Dovetails. I've got girls. Everything's pigtails. Dovetails nicely off of the spam in our Facebook group. This is a very, very, very exclusive group. There's not very many of us in here. So Kadisha, she had asked about some different design things that she was throwing out here, and I wanted to give her feedback, but it was kind of difficult to type my thoughts in a way that was cohesive. And I was like, oh, I'll just go live and I'll tell her. And so this one's for you. So she had thrown out some different design samples, and we were kind of going back and forth, just kind of giving her some feedback. Yeah, that was for a client that she was working on. But for her personal stuff, I wanted to tell her this. I wanted to tell you this if you're still watching. I wanted to tell you this. Oh, gotcha. Kadisha is my first name. Nadia is what I plan to use to brand myself. Cool. All right. So Kadisha. So for your business card, I was looking at this. Whoop, that's super close. There we go. So I like the design. What I would do a little different, and I learned this from this, it's called Before and After. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to design a little bit here for just 2 seconds. We'll see how this works. This could fail miserably. I don't know, but we're going to try it. So what I like to do is divide my business cards. This is going to be easier. See, this is why I don't try and type, because it's just easier to show than to tell. Or tell, show and tell, same thing.
Different.
You know what I haven't had today is enough coffee.
No.
Not even close. All right, so let's make a new document. Actually, let's just do it this way. We'll go to my desktop, we'll grab this, we'll throw this into Photoshop. All right, so what I want to do is I just want to show you what I would do with this thing. So I would...
Alignment's a little off.
Yeah, it didn't, I wasn't thinking right. Actually, I'm going to do this in Illustrator.
No, I mean.
Of the icons?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it just looks weird because the globe is round and then you've got the cell phone, which is portrait. So it really, you have to work on the spacing there. All right. So I'm going to make a new document. I'm going to do a business card. We'll make it 3.5 inches by 2 inches. That's a standard business card size. And we need to give it a bleed. So we'll do 0.125 inches all the way around. Hit create. All right, so for her business card, what I like to do for my layout is I'll make a square. I'll hit the letter M. I'll click once, and I'll make it a 2 inch by 2 inch square. Okay, and then I'll align this to my canvas. What I like to do for my layout is I'll make a square. What happened? Did you touch something? Is this you?
Oh, sorry.
Your volume. There we go. All right. Anyway, so I've got the square going on here, and now what I'm gonna do is bring up my rulers. Command R, Control R. Hold on Alt, throw this guide right in there. Okay, so now I've got an invisible guide or an invisible square that you don't see, but I'll align my artwork to that. So let's jump over into her thing here. I'm just gonna take a screen grab for the sake of going fast here. All right, so we're just gonna grab this asset, Control click to copy it to my clipboard, jump back over into Illustrator, we'll paste it, we'll scale it. All right. Ta-da. Okay, so we'll kind of throw this in this square somewhere, and what this is going to do is just going to make it feel balanced. And then we're going to line your text up here to the left. So I'm not going to do the whole thing. Let's just let's throw in some lorem ipsum here. Probably like, I don't know, smallish. Okay, you get where I'm going with this, right? So for your alignment, and this is just obviously really quick and dirty here. Actually, let's just do this. All right, and we'll jump back into Illustrator, get rid of this, paste it, scale it. All right. Okay. So this is just to get you in the ballpark of what I'm trying to explain, the concept, okay? So the concept is take a regular business card, which in the States it's 3.5 inches by 2 inches. I know it's different. I don't remember what size it is, but it's different elsewhere. So I'm gonna hide that guide, and now visually it just feels right, and it's tough to understand why, you know, necessarily if you just look at this, you're like, man, but it feels good. Plus we've got, if we were to draw a guide between the top of her,
before and after.
Yeah, I'll do that. Thanks, babe. Let's take this guide off. All right, throw this guide down here. Delete, what the heck? Come on. There we go. All right, so if I'm looking at where this line comes across the top of her text, I'm gonna nudge this down so it kind of, there we go. Top of the N and the bottom of the R. So it's rough, but you'll see how the circle kind of goes past that curve, and it's just gonna feel a lot more balanced, and you know, it wasn't much. Maybe we nudged this a little bit past that barrier, just a little bit, just to get the right feel. So, okay, there's the after. Where's the before? It's in Photoshop. There's the before. Not much changed. I mean, we really didn't change the design. We just kind of helped the layout a little bit.
Can you put them side by side? Because I think.
Can I put them side by side? Yes.
Testing your technological abilities here.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily do it this way. We're just trying to go super fast for the sake of
right. I just
not watching me design all
for
day
people
long.
like me who are like, it's the same thing.
Okay, that's fair enough. Let's scale this down so it's the same. All right. Is everybody leaving? Are you guys all bored to tears? Okay. Subtle difference. Top one is the before, and the bottom one's the after. And I might play with sizing a little bit more, but that's just a little tip, a little trick, and you can obviously flip that if you wanted to. So the 2-inch square is on the right side as your guide. So I hope that makes sense. Let's check out the chat roll.
Because a lot of times people don't know why something looks good. They just know that it's relaxing to your eye, because our eyes are always working to make sense of what's around us and to bring it into order.
Yeah, for sure.
Bring it into alignment. And so if something's off even a little bit, in our brains it feels like, why?
Right. So
it's like how when I go on trips without Derek, which is rare, even just to the grocery store, it's rare, but I'm always texting him pictures of things. I'm like, this is wrong, I don't know why, it feels wrong, my brain hurts, and we laugh about it because his career has ruined me forever.
That's true. And she sends me everything in papyrus because she just
I love you.
agonizes me.
Okay, so when you're done with this, there is a good question.
So I want to give a shout out to, is it Guy Chung? He says, hello, my first graphic design teacher. Hello, thanks for tuning in. This one, Tolga?
No.
What?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, thank you so much. I'll put this into use. Awesome. You're welcome, Kadisha. Hope that helps. Sorry it took me so long. So back to the whole, so we do have a Slack group, and I wanted to reply to her in Slack. But that was a lot for me to just.
The Facebook group is amazing for networking, for getting a lot of different perspectives, for making it more, because an online learning experience, you miss out on that classroom.
That's true.
So it's kind of our
Well, it's kind of why I
way
wanted to
of
do
doing
this.
that.
Yeah.
But the Slack group is more of I wouldn't say one-on-one, but
pretty dang close though. I mean, because I check that
more.
and I get buried by email, and it's just, I love that I get to help so many people, but I wish that I could do better. I'm working on it, but this is part of me trying to do better, is just getting into these live groups. Okay, so the question,
just slide her down. Just there it is.
Okay. Where'd it go? This one? All right, we're gonna add this to the broadcast. Technology. If I'm looking to make a career change into graphic design, but going self-taught, using courses like mine on Udemy and books, etc., how long should I expect to take realistically until I can actually start applying for graphic design jobs? Okay.
Great question.
So I have friends.
Do you?
You're so mean. I know a guy.
I'm friends.
You're out of control. This might be her first and only live, folks. I can't.
And I'll be nicer next time.
Anyway, all I was going to say, so back to your question, how long should I expect to take realistically, right? Okay. So for me, I felt like I studied for hours at a time. Let's
call it 2 years, because your first 2 years are prerequisites, yada yada.
No. Okay, so I went
2 years in college.
I went to 4 years in college. Then I graduated. It was the height of the economy tanking. I spent probably 2008 to probably, when do you think I finally felt like it was a couple years before I was like doing pretty good.
Yeah, but we started right away. Like, it was a ready, fire, aim situation. You're never truly ready.
That's true. Okay, but so what I'm trying to say is, for me personally, I never felt good enough, and I struggled. I tried to get jobs, and part of it was the economy was terrible, and I couldn't get hired, so I kind of had to I had to make it. But I have a friend who literally decided, he liked it, and didn't have a family, didn't have kids, and just poured himself into it, and like 6 months later he landed like a killer job. I don't even think he went to college.
Right.
So there's that extreme of, like, for me and my personality, I wanted to know that I knew everything and had it right.
Sure.
So I watched like every tutorial, everything. I had a lynda.com subscription. I had the Team Treehouse subscription. I had Kelby. I had like everything and watched everything, which is why I'm probably a decent teacher, because I know a lot of knowledge. It's bouncing around in my brain from just spending time. But at the end of the day, and this is funny, I was looking at some different job opportunities for me, actually. Just, I like to still kind of look and see what's out there. And this is the first time I've seen this, but they said college degree not required. And it was like for $150,000 a year. It was a big role, like, and they didn't even care about college. So it's just interesting that I'm seeing things pivot. Back in the day, like,
right.
And even now, you still in many ways do need to have that college degree. But I'm finding more and more that people don't really care how much I mean, some of them say minimum 5 years experience, whatever, but like a lot of them,
It's your experience.
if you can,
not your...
it's not even your experience. It's if they see your portfolio, they like your work, and you actually did the work. It wasn't like I bought a template and I edited some things, but you're like, you can show proficiency in the software and in the skill set. I'm finding more and more it doesn't really matter how much time.
It's like freelancing. You're selling yourself in a certain way. And because I've seen tons of job postings over the years. And there are as many types of graphic design jobs as there are graphic designers. I mean, every company wants something a little bit different from the people that they hire. Some people truly want graphic designers. Like, you are A to Z, ideation to finished product, you can do it all. And some companies are hiring people to fill niche roles on teams where maybe you're working on client-facing stuff and you just need to know how to talk about it. You know what I mean? So I think...
I honestly zoned out there because I was reading comments. I'm sure it was great advice. I'm mostly teasing you.
Oh, my word.
I'm sorry. This is what happens when we go live in the morning.
This is why... Yeah.
How much coffee have you had so far?
Like 2 sips.
Why? Oh, because it was bad?
Yeah.
Is that why you gave it to me? You didn't even bring me one? You just gave me your sloppy seconds, pretended to be nice?
The bar is lower for you.
That's true. I'll drink anything.
It's true.
All right.
Anyway, back to this. Back to this. So as far as how long it can take, I really wish that there was an algorithm or a formula that we could tell you. But honestly, it just depends on how quickly a company, selects you for, further rounds of application and things like that. But I would say if you already have, because I think it said you're building up a portfolio and you are able to do some freelance stuff. If you already have that, I would say start throwing your stuff out there. If you're not on LinkedIn, get on LinkedIn. Things like that. This
is a good question that we're going to segue into the next one that just came up. So, to wrap it up, how long should I realistically expect before you start applying for jobs? Apply immediately. You'll get feedback. Even if you, I'm not saying you suck. Even if you suck, like, the worst they can say is no.
Yep.
I mean, maybe they can be like, wow, no, and you suck. But that'd be like the worst thing that happens. Honestly, you might get called in and you might land a very junior position if you're not ready yet, but you get your foot in the door. Or maybe you approach
part-time or contract or something.
Yeah, maybe you approach it like an internship. That's kind of the way I did mine is
internships are great.
I basically got myself an internship and I got to work with clients like MTV, Netflix, Nintendo, the Rush Hour 3 movie, Nickelodeon. Like, there's a ton of huge brands with this company I interned with, and I got my hands on these projects and actually got to contribute to some of these things, which was an amazing experience.
Yeah.
And if I came at them like, hey, I'm the greatest thing you've ever seen and hire me, they'd have been like, no, you have no experience. But when I came in, like, look, I'll be there for free. I just want to be in the meetings and I just want to work on the projects. Right. Well, then they have nothing to lose. So for me, that's how I kind of got my foot in the door with those brands, is because I was willing to work basically for free just to be able to say that I worked with them. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Some we've paid, some were free, but it is an interesting side avenue. You're right.
All right, so here's the next one. So that kind of leads into the next question from JJ. Is it Amador?
Honduras.
Yeah. Hey, hello from way forever away. That's awesome. What time is it over there? Right now what time is it here? I can't see. I don't have anything that tells me what time it is. It's early. It's not super early. What, like 11 a.m.? It's probably like 11 a.m.
It's coffee o'clock, Derek. It's coffee o'clock.
So let's see. JJ wants to know, can you please give me some ideas on how to build a portfolio? I want to focus on marketing. So restaurants, logos, magazines, etc. Okay, so there's two things in this question. The first is, if you want to focus on marketing with restaurants, magazines, and logos, then specifically do those things, because you're going to attract a lot more of what you do.
Yes.
So what's going to happen and how you're going to get more work is somebody's going to see something you did and they're going to be like, wow, that's really awesome. Who did that for you? And they're going to say, well, JJ did that for me, or whatever. And let's say it was this like terrible, soul-sucking, like project that you hated in some sort of, you know, niche that you hated. Let's say you didn't like logos and it was a logo, and all of a sudden now you're doing a bunch of logos and you hate it. Well, that's like, you got to do more of what you want to do. So either start saying no to those projects, or like be very clear about what you want and seek those out, and only show those. Even if you've got, let's say, 1,000 logos, but you want to get into making brochures, only show the brochures on your website, right? Even though it might look like you're limited, I'm only suggesting that if you're trying to
really specify.
If you're really trying to get good at one thing, like, then show that one thing, don't show something else. And then as far as some ideas on how to build a portfolio. So if you haven't taken my WordPress course,
well, I guess here, clarifying question.
Yeah.
Are you talking how to
That's a good question.
curate things that you've designed, like how to actually create a portfolio? Or are you asking how to build a platform to house your work online?
All right, we'll talk about both.
Okay, well, he'll talk about the technical. I'll talk about the work side of things. It doesn't have to be a paying gig for you to design something for it. If you want to get into restaurants, working for magazines, things like that, pick a couple restaurants and rebrand them on your own, unpaid. And then boom, you have, and you can say on your portfolio, concept work, obviously not, it wasn't hired work, but that way it shows your creativity and where you can take something that's existing and move it forward.
It's good. All right. So a couple ideas. If you're trying to build a portfolio, this is a really good book. It's called The Graphic Design Exercise Book.
Of this thing.
Get rid of what thing? Oh.
This so they can see.
All right. I mentioned this yesterday, but I have a kit page where I've got every book on my bookshelf. If you guys want to buy it and see what I have, I'll pull it up in a second. So the Graphic Design Exercise Book is a great book. It basically goes through and gives you prompts for different projects. So then you could, let's say you haven't gone to college and you haven't had to make anything for your portfolio yet. This is a great idea starter for you to kind of have a design prompt as if like a professor gave you, like, okay, you've got to make a brochure today, and here's the fictitious client, and here's what it's got to look like. So it goes through and it does that, it's just really great if you're feeling a little bit stuck. All right. And then as far as making a portfolio, there's not many people. Okay. So I never carry this to jobs anymore. Although I take that back. When I got the job in Missoula, I had this. Yeah. It depends on the job you're doing. So if you're looking for a true graphic design print job, I brought this, which is just a bunch, and it's going to spill out everywhere because it's not. I just use it as a container. We've had lots
over the years. We had that vintage suitcase. Yep. You had the gum packages for a while.
For a while, so I was making like logos like this and packaging them on CDs back in the day. Oh, look at that. These postcards. That was cool.
Oh, CD.
So this is all real stuff. So whenever you have something printed, make sure you get extras. Whoa, okay. Careful.
Magazine.
Yeah. Remember when we did this? So this was a company. Oh my gosh, I'm losing all my stuff.
The dinosaurs over there. Trip down memory lane.
Yeah.
Quick,
okay.
Close it.
So this catalog was for a company based out of New York, and they sent us literally a pallet filled with products that we did like a photo shoot of every little knick-knack and thing. Remember that?
That was one of those situations where they're like, we want to hire you to do X. And we said, great.
How did we even
and
learn
then
that
they
job?
said, well, how about X, Y, and Z? Do you know how to do that too? And we didn't. And I was like, yeah, we can do that.
Got me in so much
trouble.
trouble.
I told Derek, we can figure this out, right?
Yeah.
And so that happened.
So back to the whole portfolio thing. If you're going to be a print designer, make sure you keep samples of your print work in good order and not bent up and looking good, okay? Because they're going to want to see and handle what you produced. How did you, what papers did you choose? What finishing touches did you use?
Behance also has great
Do you
examples.
know how to get something actually out of Photoshop and on physically printed? They're going to want to know that kind of stuff. Now, in the digital side of things, Instagram is a great place to start a portfolio. It's weird. So on Instagram, I'm at D Mitchell Design, but I post things of my kids and our travels and everything else. Hi, Mom, all that kind of stuff. But it's because when it comes to my own brand, I don't know what I'm doing. I just make it up. But like for you guys, if you're trying to start a portfolio, like make a secondary Instagram account and make it just basically your portfolio pieces, and maybe even post works in progress. So nobody cares what I did 15 years ago at a designer. They want to know what I did last week, right? They want to know what I'm currently working on, what's my current skill set. So to see those works in progress posted somewhere, people will appreciate that. So the lowest barrier to entry would be like posting on Facebook and or Instagram, as far as if you don't know how to do a website. The next probably simplest thing to do would be like a Squarespace site. Or, hey guys, I in the back of our graphic design bootcamp part 1, I talk about how Adobe has the Adobe portfolio. So if you already have Photoshop and Illustrator, then you already have access to just literally export your work straight from Photoshop right into your Adobe portfolio. And there you go. You can share it that way. So I hope that helps answer your questions. There's a lot more we could get into on portfolios. Where's that book? There it is. This book.
It's like a library.
It's a library. So back to that whole question that, what was it? Which one? There it is. Was it Maureen?
We are.
Asked about her niece. And about, oh no, that was a different question. No, Togo was asking about how long should I expect to get into start applying for jobs. So, where was I going with this?
I don't know where you going with this.
My library. So this is how I got good, guys. I invested every penny I had into learning the next thing that would help me get smarter. So that book, that Design Portfolios book is really, really good. It helps you write your resumes. It helps you get ideas for designing your portfolio. Also on my Kit page, let's just pull it up real quick while we're here and talking about it. So if we jump over to
Hi, Christina.
My website, derekmitchell.com/resources. There's some other good stuff here for you guys too to check out. I try to add more to it. Interview advice, that's some good stuff. Oh, so yeah, so for you looking at
when did you do this?
I've been busy.
Wow.
I know. 20 tips for design interview success. That's a good thing for those of you looking for portfolio stuff.
Wow.
All right, so my kit, this is literally
So
I
fancy.
think every book I own or have seen on my shelf, don't even know if I own them. They just somehow appeared there. Like literally everything is there. Scott Kelby's Down and Dirty Tricks. That's a good book.
Some of the oldies
Marketing
are
and Pricing.
still the goodies. You know, they just
Business
are.
and Careers. Yeah, these.
Because what is old is now new again.
That's true.
It all
Design
comes
Method.
around.
What was I even going to show you? Oh, the portfolio one. I don't know. So many good books. Buy all these books. Do it. Just do it. All right, let's go back to this.
There's another question.
All right.
We probably have about 5 more minutes.
All right, 5 more minutes, guys. Hey. Oh, you said hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. No, my mom really is watching.
What did you think I was talking about?
I thought you were talking about when we were like, I don't even know.
Anyway,
it didn't click.
okay.
Hi, Mom.
Here.
What's up?
Pull this up. There we go. I'm helping you.
All right.
Aw, your website looks amazing. Yes, it does, doesn't it? I am impressed.
Thanks,
He
Christina.
always impresses me.
Hey, if you want to copy my work,
had a website. I'm
use.
not gonna lie to you.
Okay, I did it on the Salient
Boom.
WordPress theme. You guys can steal. You can steal it. You can. I don't even care.
There you go.
This website,
Huh.
Envato Salient WordPress theme. There you go. This is why it looks so good. I did not code any. Well, I mean, I guess I arm wrestled it to make it my own, but $60, man, and then you can
That
have.
was like our bread and butter theme. That and Avada
this
for years.
Yeah, Avada. I'm kind of like meh about anymore.
Gosh, you gotta talk to me first when we change our public opinion. on things.
Anyway, check out Salient. It's got some really great stuff. Lots of base templates to like get you up and running fast. And if you want to
Sometimes
learn
a
more,
template's a great way to go.
yeah, I talk about it. Actually, I go through it pretty detailed in the WordPress course that we have.
Sweet.
All right, there's questions and stuff. You said, where are we at?
Oh,
I'll get there. It's a dream within a dream. What'd we do? Oh crap.
you want that one?
Thanks.
You're welcome. I don't even know what software this is, but I know how to navigate it.
Oh man.
Like a 6-year-old with a
right.
remote.
What are some good ways to promote graphic design work? I do create graphic design work. I just do not know where to start. Okay, you mean like promote yourself to get more work? Is how I'm reading that? Is that how you'd read that?
That's how I would read that.
Why did my mom?
Self-promotion is tough. A lot of it depends on
Christina says that. What are some good ways to promote it?
where you live.
Yeah.
Are you in the States? Are you overseas? Are you in a big city? Are you in a little city? Do you have a social media presence yet or not? There's a lot of variables.
I think even now, our best has been relationships. I think anytime we've tried to throw an ad at something, or we've tried hard to be like, look how awesome we are, like, it just sucked. Like, it just failed flat on our faces.
And we've tried a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I feel
just to see if it would work, so that then we can tell you guys if it works.
Yeah.
Which is fun and also traumatizing. What?
This way it sounds all crispy and buttery.
I don't get it out of here. I can taste it now.
So this we should have wrapped this up 5 minutes ago. This is what you're seeing right now. You're seeing this unravel.
This is evolving into our podcast.
No,
type
so
material.
give me a shout out. All right, what's up? Is it Oasis? Did I say that right? I hope so. What's going on? Thanks for joining in.
Promoting.
Back to promoting. So it's all relationships. I would say 90% of our work has come from knowing somebody who saw something we did, and now we're doing business. It rarely does it ever come from they saw my website or an ad I did, and now we're doing business. It's just a tough way to go, especially when you're beginning.
Referrals are huge.
So
I would also say, I mean, there are so many great sites out there now. There weren't very many when we first started, like Upwork, things like that, where you can find jobs and employers can find you.
So let's fast forward in our career a little bit though. So that was relationships was a lot in the beginning, but then there was a season when you were landing us tons of work, contract work,
but not everyone has someone to.
Yeah, but not everybody is as, I was going to say dumb as me, but I didn't mean it that way. But like business smarts, like it took me a while to get where I'm at. Like I'm a good artist, but when it comes to like the business end of things, it took me a lot of years studying to get good. Meanwhile, you were able to do some RFPs. That means request for proposal. So basically you have companies who say, hey, we're looking for companies that they basically have a request for you to send a proposal. So basically they'll say, we need a designer to do X, Y, and Z, and they'll get like 30 people who apply, or 100 people who apply for the work. So she would do the proposals on, okay, well, based on what you need, here's what we think we could do for you. Here's a little bit about our company.
Which for me is a good fit because I don't like talking to people in real life. It really stresses me out.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
But you like talking to people in real life, and that's how you land a lot of work.
So that's why relationships are really good for me.
Right, but when you say relationships, it sounds like existing relationships that you have with people that then you convert into work. But like literally, we went out to dinner the other night for our anniversary.
Oh, I gotta call that guy back.
Derek made not one but two friends.
I did.
Two friends, and
so we were at this. What's it called?
It's I don't know. Where it is does not matter. But
Kobe, it's like this Asian place. Like they make all the food in front of you and like throw knives around and stuff, and so you're all sitting together with lots of people. So that's how I wasn't like leaving our table on our anniversary to go meet other people.
But there's two ways to kind of create relationships when you're out and about. The one is the super pushy way, like the real estate agent that chased our car down as we were driving through a neighborhood with his family the other day, where they're thinking about moving here, and so we were driving through this neighborhood with them, and this lady was walking her dog, and we ended up passing her a few times. Because
we were driving slow, looking at houses.
The third pass, she literally flags us down, and we're like, yes. And long story short, she's like, I'm a real estate agent. Are you looking? Are you whatever? Sprints to her house, gets a business card, comes back, is asking us a ton of questions. It was too much. So that wasn't
too much. She was very like,
I thought it was too much.
No, she saw the opportunity. She gave us a card and then she like left. She didn't like press it. She wasn't like, so when like what's your range? How much do you want to spend? She wasn't like.
I guess the good takeaway is to have a business card or have
introduction.
Something on hand.
Yeah.
Because
I thought it was great.
But then there's the way that Derek does it.
Did I tell you that the guy that I met yesterday? So I was taking the first load of the trees to the dump myself.
Oh, we're just.
Well, what I was gonna say is, so I met a guy there who had a tilt bed, and I introduced myself, and then he came to my house later and picked up the rest of my stuff. I hired him on the spot. And then I found out that I might be doing his website, is what I'm getting at.
Oh. So then there's the way that Derek interacts with people, which is very organic and very true to just his personality. If Derek was a dog, he would be a golden retriever. I love everybody. I love everybody. I want to talk to everybody and see everybody. And you see the good in people, and you're always interested in what they are up to. And that reads through so this guy at dinner, Derek just literally started talking to him, and It's not going to turn into work, but he is the head of the small business development in our community.
I think he's the president of it or something. But
That's
basically,
the head
like,
of it.
so there could be some speaking engagements that come from that.
Which would be great because it's not always about what you can get. Often it's about, at this point in our career, what we can give.
Sure.
Which is awesome. But so, all that to say, when you're looking for work.
My mom just liked our feed. Thanks, Mom.
Oh, when you're looking for work and trying to promote yourself, figure out who you are, what your personality is, and stay as true to that as possible. Because if I tried to promote myself the way that Derek promotes himself, it would come across as very inauthentic, very awkward, and I would be
unhappy. Give yourself enough credit.
And if he tried to do it how I do it, which is online by looking for stuff, he would be...
I'd be on Facebook looking at cat videos.
Yeah.
Not true.
Anyway, I hope that long
Yeah, no, I think it does. Dustin
helped.
Max says, hey, what's up, man? Sorry, it's been a long time since I got back to you. You didn't see the last lives. We've been moving and shaking and busy. Thanks for tuning in. All right, guys, I think we're going to wrap this up. What?
One more question. Let's do this last question
right.
that just popped up from...
Is it this one?
Yes.
All right, let's throw it up there.
If you don't know how to draw... Is that good enough? Oh, we
actually answered that at the very beginning of the feed. So we're going to end this feed. Go ahead and go back and watch the beginning. But just sum it up. Just a quick kickback to that to answer your question. Who asked that? Doug. Duong. Man, I love all these unique names we get. We're looking for baby names. Everywhere. For a girl.
Yeah.
Might have to pull one from one of our students from over like 195 different countries. That just blows my mind.
Okay.
Anyway, so to answer your question, you don't have to be able to draw at all to be a graphic designer.
Nope.
Rarely.
Does it amplify your opportunity? Yes.
Yeah.
Is it a barrier to entry?
Not at all. Especially if you can get really, really good at Illustrator. It can do a lot of things for you. Or even
digital manipulation of existing assets is huge.
Yeah, even like Procreate or different apps on your iPad, that do a lot of it for you these days. Yeah. You can definitely. I don't have to draw all the time for my job. I really don't.
Yeah.
So all right, cool. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. Glad you're here. I had originally thought about going live tonight, but I think we have family plans that I was unaware of.
Fault.
But I am going to start going live every day here for just a little bit. I want to go through the Facebook group and ask some questions. Also, Jenna had a cool idea. She wants to feature some of
yes. Because no one wants to see I love you.
Oh,
no one wants to see him.
Okay, in my defense, the reason why I did this.
You're adorable.
No, I don't.
But they want to see their stuff.
No, because the design group is called Complete Graphic Design because I don't know. It's just what happened. Okay.
Yes.
But then I would post stuff, and I know it says I'm the admin, and I'm not trying to be like this. I don't know.
But I get why you are up there. You want people to know that you're really engaged.
So
in the
back
group
to the. I gotta stand up. Back to the whole spam thing. My super pregnant wife. Back to the whole spam thing with our group. There was a lot of people joining our group. I don't know how, but that didn't know about the courses. They were posting self-promotion. Some of that still happens. And so I was trying to throw my image up on the header to kind of make it like, no, this is a focused group about a specific thing. And that's where the idea for that came from. But
moving forward,
we are going to do this. We are going to jump into my desktop.
So exciting. So I have all the June ones done.
Okay.
Yes.
So quick. Whoop.
Whoa, now.
Broke it. Too many buttons at once. Cannibal. Sorry.
Take a couple and grid that ish out.
My wife is out of control.
I'm not a designer.
So these are some different graphics that she found in the Facebook group. So what we want to do is maybe throw these up into the header graphic and give everybody some shout outs.
Yeah, you could do
9.
Do 9.
Something. And throw them up in the header or featured artwork or something. We'll figure something out.
Featured stuff from what you guys are doing because you guys are coming up with some great stuff and it's really cool.
So here's some for July that she's thinking. So if you haven't posted
so the stuff for June, then we would put up and they'd be up for July. And then the stuff for July, we're a little late to the party, so June will only have a couple weeks up. But I think
all right,
it's a fun thing. A fun way.
Yeah, I guess
this is your guys' group. It's not our group. This is for you guys.
I guess what I'm trying to say, yeah, like we really want to feature you. And if you haven't posted anything lately, you know, don't forget to lob your stuff up here so we can see what you're working on, what you're up to. Things like that.
Yes.
Very cool. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in, for listening to us yammer on. I hope it was helpful. Thanks for all you do. Thanks for joining the group. Some exciting news before we sign off. I'm starting, so we launched the logo design course. For those of you, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but it's basically logo design and freelancing, where I show you my process, not really right or wrong or indifferent, but like how I found success designing logos for people. And then I actually did a case study where I did a logo for a client and we did real calls and I walk you through it. Well, because of that project, he liked it, and he actually has me working on a Shopify website for him. So we're doing an e-commerce Shopify course, and I'm making my own Shopify. It's super, is meta the right word? We're basically like I'm teaching you how to make a Shopify e-commerce course,
yes,
and making one for myself, and you can really buy the products I'm putting in there. So it'll be fun. So, and I'm going to show you how you can do the same thing for yourself. You can make your own website, your own e-commerce stuff. That's coming up. For those of you in the vault, you'll have access to those videos hopefully by the end of the week. I have a good chunk of them ready to go. So I'll show you how to get up and running with Shopify,
bunch of new stuff,
e-commerce. Yeah. So
to
those members, that's part of the bonus of being a vault member. Is you get early access to that kind of stuff. So that's coming. Yeah. It's in the pipeline. And then what's even cooler is he's been really happy with that. And because of that, so the logo got my foot in the door. Actually going to a conference got my foot in the door. Went to a conference, met this guy. We hung out, went to dinner.
Made friends. They're best friends now.
And then we ended up doing work together for the logo. That went well. Now I'm doing the website. That's going well. And now he's introduced me to one of his clients. He's a doctor, and one of his clients is an Olympic gold medalist. So an athlete with a lot of, like, I don't know, a couple million followers or something. Anyway, the point is really stinking cool. And that's that relationship snowball that I was talking about. Like, how do you get more work? It's just building relationships and letting people know what you do. And doing good work leads from one thing to the next. So really cool things coming out of the pipe. Trying to promote my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Derek Mitchell. I've been throwing some tutorials up there. I'll try and do more.
Stick this up there too.
Maybe. I don't know. I might save this for my core people in the Facebook group.
You do you.
I'll do me. Anyway, so thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. That's all the big announcements for today for right now, but stay tuned. We'll be going live some more. Maybe in the comment below, let me know what times of days you guys are available to join in. So we can try and kind of cater to those people. The next one will probably be
just Derek. It'll be a lot more focused and on.
I'm all over the place when you're not here.
Really?
Oh, it's so bad.
This was you organized?
That's what I'm saying.
So sorry.
All right. Thanks for that one. Love you, babe. All right. Love you guys. Have a great day. Do good stuff. Work hard. Be nice to people in the group. Unless they're spamming, then delete them and report
then just flag them. And I'll delete them.
Perfect.
All right.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.